Hello everybody, my name is Benji and welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program, where last time we claimed the planet and set up our very beginning planetary logistics setups, as well as going and checking out a whole bunch of other things throughout the little solar system here, including, but not limited to, establishing a first exoplanetary base on the secondary planet to be orbiting this system. Today, we're going to be getting into some of the more complicated things that can occur in this game overall, and I'm honestly quite looking forward to it. So we're going to start off with stamping down the first tier of our planetary ball blueprint, and we're going to have to find a good spot for it, because doing it this direction, not really the best thing in the world. Doing it this direction is going to have it get cut off by the tropic, and I want to reserve all this nice juicy land space for our actual modular blueprints, which we will be stamping down elsewhere. So I think, in all honesty, for right now, the best place for this is actually gonna be down here, I think. Yeah, because by the time we get to some of this, I think this iron node will end up being gone. Or we can put it where I was originally going to put it. Oh, actually, you know what? We can put it right here. This will be a great spot for this. Right over by the current science setup. So let me make sure that it's nice and laid down on the proper area. And we will hit Shift-Enter. And of course we are missing some materials for construction, because why would we not be missing materials for construction? This thing is absolutely massive, and we're not even going to be using all of these planetary logistics hubs as of yet. We're only going to have a couple of those to start out with, because there's no need to have all of them just yet. I have built depots before. It does this every single time I start up the game again. I'm just gonna go on ahead and put that out there. Like, all of this stuff, I don't even remember what some of this stuff is for, but apparently I don't have enough of those. I thought I had some over... I thought I had enough in my inventory. Could have sworn I grabbed enough. Alright, that's fine. We'll go grab some more. We've got some more. There we go. So, planetary logistics are quite powerful, however, they are also quite expensive overall. And that's not exactly a bad thing, in my personal opinion. However, it is something for us to be extremely wary of as we continue on this journey. So what are you supplying? Oh, you are supplying those. Alright, that makes perfect sense. All these blueprints, by the way, for those of you who are wondering and hoping for them, they are in my Discord channel, so please feel free to join the Discord channel and enjoy all of these blueprints completely and entirely free of charge. I'm never going to charge for, like, blueprints or anything like that, because I think that that is honestly just really, really when it comes down to it. I don't make a living off of this whatsoever. I don't plan on making a living off of this whatsoever. So I feel like that is just scamming you guys. For those YouTubers who are doing this kind of stuff as a living, I totally understand and I totally support them in what they do, but that is not me. So I have no purpose in telling you guys to do that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to. Now, back to the more important things at hand, we need to figure out which of these are actually important and which of these are not important at all. And as of right now, there are going to be a few that are important, there are going to be a few that aren't. Number one, this one is going to be extremely important. Iron, magnets, copper, steel, those are extremely important. Another one with iron, silica, stone, and glass, again, extremely important. These little plasma filters, gears, green chips, and copper magnets, again, extremely important. Graphene, motors, green motors, blue motors, all extremely important. So that is all fine. We'll go on ahead and keep all of those. particle containers, microchips, processors, and photon receivers, or photon exchangers, photon combiners, that's what they're called, are also extremely important. None of these we actually have unlocked yet. Big platforms, blue chips, the carbon nanotubes, and the titanium alloy we do not yet have. Titanium, particle broadbands, graviton lenses, and antimatter containment fields we do not have yet. None of this stuff do we have yet except for the crystals there, and then none of this do we have yet either. So I am going to go on ahead and delete all of these logistic stations. Save for that one. We will save all of these for later, and I will also get rid of these little hats as well, because not what I wanted you to do. Those hats are stuff that we will need very, very sparingly, or we will need to use very, very sparingly. Now, we'll go on ahead and put 10 of those guys in there. We'll also go on ahead and put 10 of these guys in here. We will put 10 of these guys in here. We will put 10 of these guys in here. All of them are already cranked up to 100. That's really nice to see, actually. I was a little worried about that. Do that. And last one here, we will add and put 10 there as well. You can see these are all set to demand, which means they're all going to be demanding these things, which is exactly what we want to see. And then we need to start to figure out what we are going to place down next. So next up should probably be one of the first tiers here. We have tier 1, which it looks like is all belts and everything else. So if I remember correctly, this is centered. I believe this one is, in fact, centered on the little thing here. So we'll go on ahead. We will place that there. Of course, there are so many different buildings that this does not end up really working out in our favor. Too many hats. And for some of this, we still have the mall. So actually, I think I may even just leave this to be for now. Yeah, I am, because that's going to take up so many logic bots and just so many things in general. There's no point in having this yet if there are so many recipes and so many things that we can't do. And if I remember correctly, that has, yeah, logistics and production, belt, sorter, splitter, traffic monitor, smelter, assemblers, all of the oil processing thing, deuterium, and labs. This one here, tier 3, has power, resource harvesting, storage, and energy storage. Nice. And then this has the advanced logistics robots, the miscellaneous items, and advanced production, so that's something we'll get to definitely later. But it is nice to have this, that way we can start to have a stockpile of all these different items. Wow. Our orbits are literally right next to each other right now. That is, hang on, I gotta get a picture of this. I found the thumbnail for this episode, because holy cow. Oh, I found the thumbnail for this episode. Oh my goodness. How about right here? I think that's good. Oh, I got my mouse in the way. There we go. That is gorgeous. Terrifying, because we can see it really well. We can even highlight the things and read about them. Humpback ports, so it's making more humpbacks now. Photon receivers. Where are the Lancer ports? Is that a Lancer port? No, that's a plasma generation tower. Is that a Lancer port? That's a Lancer port. What is that? Plasma generation tower. Look, we can see the dark fog, literally. We can see the core rotating. Wow. 120 HP. How much do you have? 400 HP, apparently. Wow. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Anyway, so it'll be really nice to have some stockpiles of some of these things once we get production lines up and running and online, which is kind of going to be the next order of business, and that is going to be happening over here on these absolutely massive swaths of land. Right here, mainly, is going to be some of them. And then over toward this direction right here is going to be some of the rest of them. So I think first off, due to the travel distance convenience, we're going to have our smelting all up here. So let me go on ahead, make sure I've got some drones and such. I'm actually going to go get some materials to get some more drones online as we're doing this. And we're going to set up copper, iron, steel, all the things, because I already have them created. Like, I already have the blueprints made. So it should not be difficult for us to do. Missing iron. Very intriguing. That never happens. Or I guess I never need iron in my inventory. What am I running low on here? Thrusters, chips, no, iron. Perfect. That's another 100 logistics drones just for yours truly. So if we go in here to our Mark 1 planetary blueprints, which is something that I created last time for the purpose of all of this, we have planetary iron smelting, we have planetary copper smelting, we have planetary magnet smelting, which takes a little bit more, and then of course we have planetary steel smelting either. I kind of wish I had given myself a little bit of numbers here, but copper is going to be the first one that we place down. And we're going to come all the way over here to the highest possible latitude that we can. And we're just going to plonk that on down. Very nice. I have some additions I would like to make to this one, and I will make a new blueprint library for this playthrough. Shush. Want to go on ahead and get myself this as well so that I can have some charging while all of this builds.
A winter.
Stop it. I almost want to turn him off, but there are some legitimate things that help. Cool, thank you. Now I can charge myself up. So essentially, because of the ratios that we have a 1 per second of copper ore to copper plate in each of these smelters. The belts carry 12 per second because they're a Mark II belt. They should, I don't think that changed. Yeah, 12 items per second. So each of these belts coming out is ore, each of the belts going in is plates. The other thing that I'm going to add to this actually is going to be copper ammunition creation. Because copper ammunition, I feel like, is something that we want to have supplied via the logistics distribution. That way it can be given to every planetary logistics station that we place down over the course of the playthrough here. So first things first, we need to find a decent way for us to incorporate the ammunition into this as a whole. And I was originally thinking to just put it there, but I don't think that's going to be enough throughput for my tastes. Yeah, it's 4 plates to 1 every single second. So technically doing that would give me 2 per second, but I think I would like a lot more than that. Also, we just got our first shipment of copper. Apparently I forgot to set the item outputs of the planetary station, so I'll go on ahead and do that. And then once it is updated with our very lovely copper ammunition, then we will have the ability to recopy this blueprint and repaste this blueprint with the additions. I think I'm gonna just go on ahead and go with 4 then. I think 4 would probably be a decent idea, and we can just pull from the sides here, like so. And then, because of the speed that we know this will be going at, we can do this. And then we can have ourselves Magnum... Does that say Magnum ammunition? What is... Yeah, Magnum ammo box. There's that. Grab ourselves some power for both of these. And as well, I think it would be helpful just to fit in some wind turbines where we can here. Can never have too much power generation. My personal opinion. Thank you. I will take that. And then now I can also set this as Magnum ammunition. That. I can do that as a supply. And I can drop down the limit to 1,000. Lack of material. I'm assuming that's probably just because it doesn't have enough of the copper coming from it. Where are the... Oh, these are doing the copper plates. They're taking the copper plates where the copper plates need to go. I see. Perfect. And these are bringing copper ore where the copper ore is coming from. And that is exactly what we're seeing. Wonderful. It's just a wee bit slow, but that is inherently not surprising, in my personal opinion. I think I will go on ahead, since I made 100 more, and I will give this 10 drones of its own. I think that's going to be very nice. We can come in here now and hit New Blueprint Book. Where did that go? There it is. Hello. I'm going to put a 1 in front, that way it's all the way to the far left. And then I'm going to put T1 DF, because tier 1 dark fog, planet automation, basic planetary logistic hubs for basic parts, early game dark fog. And then I'll go ahead right here and I will put missiles. And then I will put... where are... There. Save. Perfect! Look at that. And then in here, we can do a create blueprint. We can grab this thing in all of its glory and do, let's see, it's 12 times 4, so 48 copper per second and ammo. And then we can do copper for that. Save blueprint. And now there are no errors with this blueprint from what I can tell. There might be something. You might find something wrong with it. I might find something wrong with it. Right now, the only thing that's really wrong with it is throughput issues, but that happens to do with the carrying speed of the crafts themselves, as well as the fact that we only have 10 logistics drones in each one here. And if we were to have more of those drones in each one, of course we would have more throughput possible, because it's not a throughput issue of these guys, it is a throughput issue of these guys, if that makes sense. Next up, why aren't you in here? What? Well, that's dumb. Oh no, what am I doing? Delete. I don't know what I did. Oh, I didn't put a path. Blueprint portfolio, so 1, T1, DF, planet, automation. Save? Okay, whatever. It did not save, so let me just... I not... Why can I not? Why can't I? Slash new... Slash copper. There! That worked. Copper. 48S. I don't know why that was so hard. I do apologize. Next up, we're going to come back into here, and we're going to grab our planetary iron smelting. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing that we just did, except with the iron this time instead. So we're going to find the right line to put it on. We're going to do just like that. Apparently I'm missing some inserters, but that's fine. We'll be able to fix that. And then I have been rambling and troubleshooting for quite a little bit, so I think we're just going to boop it. Behold the glory of planetary logistics. Oh, this is where the game really starts to shine, show its uniqueness, and show its versatility, and really start to just be, honestly, in my opinion, the most fun that it is when you're redesigning things from the ground up, using newly unlocked planetary logistics, and then again when you have newly unlocked interstellar or interplanetary logistics, which is locked under yellow science and a whole lot of different information. But there are a lot more things that we need to do that I will actually be designing from complete and entire scratch. And some of these blueprints might actually end up being overwritten due to their effects with ammunition. And the fact that we're actually going to want to have ammunition more than likely in a lot of different places, which will require, of course, the addition of the Magnum ammo being sent to all of these different logistic stations overall. So first of all, to go on ahead and say, we have the copper, we saw me design that. Iron is literally a carbon copy, it's the exact same. Steel is a direct smelting technique that I've used in the past, where I take iron smelts into iron plates, and then the iron plates smelt into steel. These are both 48 per second. This unfortunately is only 8 per second, because it is roughly half of the assemblers and also is a third of the speed. So divide this by 2, you get 24. Divide it by 3, you get 8. So this is a little slow, but it is direct smelting, and we don't need that much steel right now. When we do, we can paste another one and it'll be fine, which is the glory of planetary logistics. It's literally plug and play, which is amazing. Then we have our graphite. This is 12 per second. It takes 24 per second. It takes 48 per second of coal in. And then the long boy, which I ended up doing vertically. Another great thing about these being plug and play is the fact that you can rotate them in any direction that you choose, and 9 times out of 10 they'll still work as a result. The copper magnets have a 1.5 times smelting speed rather than a 1 second smelting speed, so this is 1.5 times as long. It is supplying magnets, and then I went on ahead, I tapped both of these iron nodes, and I expanded the solar field just a smidge. Eventually I'll probably have to tap this coal as well, but another thing that I wanted to bring your attention to before we go on ahead and end for today's episode is we have completely and entirely depleted our starter iron patch. That is a big moment for any factory game that has depletable resources, is depleting your iron patch. That is something everybody is familiar with, everybody has done, and it is a really good feeling to show just how much progress you have made by clearing out the space of your initial iron patch. Of course, the copper patch is still kicking. Copper patch still has almost 20,000 units in it. The secondary iron patch is still going nice and strong in and of itself. 250,000. And then, of course, our coal is not struggling at all, and our stone is not struggling at all whatsoever, which is just phenomenal to see. So next time, I think I'm probably going to do a little bit of experimentation overall with the, the bot mall over here. I'm going to start to sort of try to assemble it as much as I can. At least in terms of the things that actually are necessary to be put into the mall at the moment, which is not a whole lot of things. Mostly belts, assemblers, things like that. Just general basics. Of course, we're also going to have stone smelting. I completely and entirely forgot about stone smelting. I'll probably do that off camera. And then we're going to jump in next time with gears, copper magnets, and green circuits. As well as we are going to jump in with motors and probably microcrystalline components if I feel like it, and if I don't feel like it, then we'll figure out something else to do instead. But that is going to be it for today, so thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, but without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, y'all.